This thing is a virtual cameo fest.
Yeah, it is. They just some days you're just sitting there in the green room looking around, and it's just packed fucking full of.
But who was the
one? So Edgar is a fuck. Oh,
that's the nicest thing he said so far.
Oh no, man. How you doing?
all right. Are you all right?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So now you're here to counter everything he said.
What has he said? Let's jerk off there.
Horrible to work with.
Really?
Just abysmal.
Late.
Yeah, lazy.
I still haven't packed.
Haven't you?
No, it took me 5 minutes.
Where the valet is doing it right now.
No. Sorry. Where were we?
We hadn't really started. We were just.
We were talking about Bad Boys 2.
We were feeling, yeah.
Oh, a classic.
Also known as Nick's Breaking Point.
Nick's
I
breaking.
think I went home immediately, didn't I? After that, I didn't wait around to watch Lethal Weapon 4.
Was it when we had a little?
Simon's, yeah.
I don't think Simon watched Lethal Weapon 4. What did we watch as well? We watched 2 in a row. Or did we just watch Bad Boys 2?
I left after. I didn't see the point of going on.
Where could you go after Bad Boys?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, obviously Edgar went somewhere. You guys left.
Yeah, I think we tried to have a marathon, and Bad Boys 2 was kind of like enough film for one afternoon.
So really,
2.5.
it was.
I do genuinely like it.
Yeah.
I do.
So why did you skip right over Bad Boys and go straight to Bad Boys 2?
I think Bad Boys 2 is the better one. It's longer. It has more.
Well, obviously it was longer.
More obnoxious. It's just more carnage. More things get smashed up.
You get 50% more frightened Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like Michael Bay, like sort of his kind of thing. It's his thing is like his key set piece is things being thrown off the back of something at something else, which he has now done about 5 times. The Island and Bad Boys 2 has exactly the same set piece. In like Bad Boys, it's cars being thrown off a transporter. In The Island, it's train wheels being thrown off the back of a transporter. In Bad Boys 1, it's oil drums being thrown off the back of a van. And also in Bad Boys 2, it has corpses being thrown out the back of a hearse. He does it twice in one film.
In Armageddon, it was Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis being thrown off the back of a shuttle.
But I like the idea that you could sort of like just, I don't know why they felt the need to pad out time in a 2.5-hour film that they would do the same set.
It's Michael Bay. It's Hollywood.
I know.
Maybe he pays for them in a lump sum. He pays for 5 or 10 at once, and then
there's a couple of set pieces he has to use, like a 5-pack of set pieces.
Yeah.
I got this voucher for corpses coming out of a van. I'm going to redeem it now.
Otherwise, it's worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, would you say that there are any set pieces that recur within your films that you can point to? Or elements that are signature elements you keep returning to? Besides
I
quality.
suppose signature elements, fence jumping.
Yeah.
There's a couple of it's not a sequel to Shaun, but there are a couple of like nods. So ice cream and fences, I think, would be our signatures.
Homoeroticism.
Homoeroticism.
Is that a signature or a crutch?
I think it's just sort of a cry for help. No, we definitely there's definitely a high kind of ice cream theme in all of our films, I think. But it's we're just hoping at some point that the makers of Cornetto ice creams will give us some free shit.
Yeah.
So is that the cry now? Yeah, you know
we
what?
Did it,
that should be the
Shaun of the
T-shirt.
Dead premiere. One of my proudest moments is that we had a Cornetto stand.
That's right.
They had like sort of what's the American?
Walls.
No, but what's the Nutty Butties?
Nutter butter or something.
No, it's like the like a drumstick kind of.
Yeah, a drumstick kind of thing. Next. Sorry.
That was the best thing.
Completely threw me.
So going in then to the film, and what was the main things that you were looking to accomplish with it?
I think what I've always been a really big fan of action films and cop films, and there's just something that when I sort of was a teenager and I used to make amateur films, I always used to kind of make things in my hometown that kind of would never happen in my hometown. And because kind of England, I suppose, I kind of grew up in the country, because it has like a picture postcard sort of sleepy kind of vibe to it, and so kind of doing crime films and police films in the UK is kind of ridiculous, and there isn't really no like cop genre in the UK. There's lots of gangster films. You get loads of gangster films, and usually where you're supposed to be rooting for the gangsters, but you get hardly any cop films at all. Mainly, A, because I think because they don't, in the most part, have guns, and B, because it's just kind of uncool. Whereas in the States, you know, you can have cool cop films. Do you know what I mean? And there seems to sort of, so there just isn't like a genre of cop films in the UK. So we thought it'd be funny to try and do, like,
To try and jumpstart that genre?
not just do that, but like sort of try and work out in a very sort of like a, how could you possibly do a Lethal Weapon or Bad Boy style film in kind of, you know, the sleepy kind of rural,
In the southwest.
beautiful English countryside. So that was really the aim. So it's kind of like a similar thing to Sean in a way, in terms of like sort of born out of a huge affection for those films. So kind of like half satirizing, but half just.
But almost making a suburban
Reveling.
genre kind of thing.
Oh, sorry.
Some kind of suburban genre.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and you know, in a similar way that, you know, that's with Sean, kind of, that was one of the things that really appealed to us, was the, I think it's in this water. That was one of the things that really appealed to us, was you know, kind of literally doing action and in our backyard, and this was kind of a similar thing, really. But it was just fun to do kind of like another you know, another genre that we really, you know, love.